They bring back the goddamn prequel characters, which is what was rumored for a while. They're gonna bring back Ewan McGregor. Ian McDermott might be on call to come back and do something. You know, all these ideas. They're gonna try to stick it with Lando now and say, okay, Lando, you take the mantle now. Why? It takes all three of the main white people dead in the movie for them to say, okay, all right, now we go with the black guy. Sorry about that. Are you serious? Is that how it goes? You gotta wait for the white leads in the movie to die off in real life and on film before you say, okay, well, we'll bring the black guy back. What the? This shouldn't happen, man. We should have had all, you know, first of all, Admiral Akbar should not have died. What they're thinking with that. And anybody who ever was cool that we liked in the original trilogy, bring them all back. Wedge Antilles, Frizz, you know, Porkins' son. We could have had that going on. I was thinking, okay, let's bring back something. We could do something where the original Boba Fett. How many people have been saying, okay, this is gonna be the movie where Boba Fett proves he got out of the freaking Sarlacc? None of that crap happened, man. What the? Now they're saying, okay, bring back Lando Calrissian. You know what? Keep Lando out. Don't sully his character in this movie, please. Just leave him out of this. We don't need to see him in this mess that you guys have created with all this weird crap and the emo Keanu Reeves looking guy running around crying about everything and throwing tantrums. We don't need Lando up in this shit. But they want to make that money. And they don't. They screwed it up. If they kept Luke alive in Last Jedi, this movie would be the one where Luke Skywalker is back. And it's the last hurrah for Luke Skywalker. Oh, we're going to have a big epic thing. And they would have made so much money. You know, sadly, Leia might, you know, Carrie Fisher might have died. And we'd end up here same way. But to kill Luke off and then, you know, he's just going to be a ghost hanging out in the last Star Wars movie is kind of like, oh, what? Oh, you know, even Anakin survived throughout his entire run as the main character of Star Wars. You know, when you think about it, it's the story of Anakin Skywalker. It goes from the first movie all the way to the last movie. It skips over to his son's story, but it never stops being the story of Anakin to some extent. And it is still a Skywalker story. If you look at it from Kylo Ren's perspective, that is the story of Ben Solo, and his attempts to turn into the new Vader and all that crap. So who's the threat in this movie is a question. You know, you can bring Lando back, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring back goddamn Asian Invasion, whatever her name is. I don't even know that girl's name. Rose. Because we all know we saw Titanic, and we need to have a character named Rose or something. That's a unique name in Star Wars. I don't know what the hell. So yeah. I'm done talking about it. I think Billy D is going to do great. You know, he's just sitting on playing Lando for a while now, and he's only gotten to play Lando in the video games, and he loves Lando. He literally is. That was his big break. He's done tons of little films all over the place, but Lando was where he truly, like, you know, I think it was his best thing that he's ever done. That's where he was in his prime as an actor. You know, he's done all kinds of roles, but Lando was where it clicked, man. That's when it made sense. He was perfect. So they're gonna bring him back. Say, okay, we still got original trilogy characters, and yes, don't you guys want to see it? I don't know. And JJ's not that great a director, so I don't really, you know. At least with Rian Johnson, you get he really is a film student. I gotta give him props. He's a, you know, I wouldn't say he's a very great director. I haven't really studied his films or anything like that, but he understands what makes cinema work, and he's studied film, and he's a very knowledgeable person in that regard. So I do respect that. JJ, on the other hand, is just very corporate, tight butt kind of guy. You know, he looks at things from the sales figures perspective, and he's not artistic. He doesn't think in terms of how can we create art. He thinks in terms of how can we create something that people will buy. And that's kind of boring. I don't like it. But they don't want to go with a choice that's going to be dangerous. They want to go with a choice they know they can rely on, and he's going to be bendable, he's going to be pliable to their will, take their suggestions, and, you know, he's already proven. I think his Star Trek films are far, far and away more fun, more Star Wars than what he's done with Star Wars. And that's tragic. I will actually, if I somehow am walking by and Star Trek is on, his Star Trek movies are on, and they just pop on, and I'm like, what is this? It kind of is fun to watch. It's derivative as hell. It's definitely JJ and his kooky ass, but it's never boring. It's always an interesting, good time. He makes fun stuff. And why, when he took the Star Wars and made an actual Star Wars, did he not make it good and fun and bubbly and lively and just do what he did with Star Trek? Instead, the Star Trek, he's trying to be all artsy and weird and Lucasy, trying to do kind of a riff on Lucas. Just do you. Do what JJ would do in this scenario. His problem with the Star Wars movies that he's trying to make now is that he's saying, okay, I want to do what Lucas did. I want to make it like Lucas. I want to do exactly what Lucas would have done. He's trying to be baby Lucas, and that's not the approach. No way. The only person who can do what Lucas does is Lucas. And Lucas is not perfect. He will, you know, he'll make bad decisions. You got to do what you feel is Star Wars to you, in this sense. Don't worry about what Lucas would make. Forget about him. Make what you think Star Wars would be, and just go with that. And that's it. That's where I'll end it. I think this has gone too long. And damn, whole damn hour. I'm sorry about that, but it's been a while since I've actually said anything about anything, and I wanted to actually say something, and I don't know, maybe 5 people will watch this and get a kick out of it. I don't know. Have fun.